welcome to Blazing Bullets. Today we're going to take a look at tactical lights, different lights, brightnesses, and effectiveness of each of them. These lights are sitting here in ranges of brightness. We have different ones here. This is the El Cheapo one, has multi LEDs, and it has one setting, on, off, and the brightness of it. This is my little tactical light. I actually have two of these. One's bigger, but this is the same brightness, so for all practical purposes we'll just need this one here. This is a little aim, and I'm not sure exactly the model number of this. Anyways, it's 150 lumens. It's LED, but it's a Creo LED. It's pretty bright. It's 150 lumens. You can see the difference in the brightness of that versus the El Cheapo. You can barely see that one, huh? I believe this one here is like 10 lumens, something like that, versus how bright that one is. This is the one I like to carry most of the time. Yep. This is my little OLight, and it's an M15 or M10 Maverick. This has power settings to it. There's different power settings to it. There's 50 lumens, and it has a little button on the side. 150 lumens and 450 lumens. And if you hold the button in, it'll strobe. Pretty powerful little light for how little it is. I might add that we'll get into the batteries as well into these. I believe this one here is a CR123. This one here has just 3 AAA batteries. This one has a, I'll have to look this up. I forget. This one is definitely a different one. Alright, sorry about that. I had to pull out my batteries and make sure I got these right here. The little one here takes this CR123, and it's a 3-volt battery. It's 800 milliamp hours. Also has a different number on there. I mean, that's the CR123 part is the lithium-ion batteries that are not rechargeable. I believe this one's rechargeable, so this one here has a different number to it. If I can focus on it. There you go, TR. It's got a TR number, and it's a 3-volt battery, and they really don't last very long. I can tell you that right off the bat. It definitely has a shortness of life versus the battery that goes into, and this is actually half a battery that goes into these bigger ones, and I'll get to that in a little bit. You can actually use 2 of these for your larger flashlights. Alright, so we had it's tough getting old, I tell you. You know, I had a good eyesight my whole life, and then all of a sudden it's like you're blind and you can't read nothing anymore. But the little green battery that goes in that little aim light is a TR. Alright, just as I was talking about my oldness here, my battery died on me too. Yeah, that's crazy. Tough getting old. But the battery is a TR15270, and that's a 800 milliamp hour 3-volt battery that goes in the little aim. Those batteries do not last long. This one here, you can see the size difference. it's quite a bit different. And this is the one that goes into the Maverick M10, and this is an LS16340 3.7 volt lithium ion battery. And actually, if you understand batteries, the ones that go in these bigger ones, which this is a bigger one, this is actually half of one of these. They're both the same voltage, and we'll get to this battery here when we get to the bigger ones. But you can actually use two of these to make one of these, but the charging properties are definitely off, so it's better to use a larger size battery. I'll explain that too in a little bit. But this is actually half of one of these, even though they're the same voltage. The capacity is definitely different. Now our bigger flashlights here. This is a Felix PD35, and this has 5 settings on it, along with strobe. The different settings, I can't recall every one of them, but I believe it's the same as the other one, where it's and that's too bright there, obviously. 50, 150, I think 450. No, it's 300, I think, 450, and 650. And I'll get these when we go outside, and we'll check the size or the brightnesses and how far they throw. We'll get down to exactly what each and every one of these have. And obviously we have this strobe as well. You have to hold the button in and it strobes. Pretty good. Tactical light. I always keep a tactical light in my pocket at all times when I go out, especially in the evening. You want to take a assailant or something that's going to attack you, and throw them off their game. It's nice to have a nice tactical light. Not to mention see. And I use it in the restaurant a lot of times just to see the dang menu. Like I said, it's tough getting old. Alright, next one here is the Nitecore, and this is a 950 lumen light. This is a P-12. It's like the I don't think it has as many settings as the Felix. I believe that the brightness of this one is 5 lumens, and it has a button on it, same as the other ones. I believe that's 100, and I think it's 450 and like 950. I think it only has 4 settings, 4 brightness settings here. And hold the button in, obviously it does a strobe as well, same. These both of these take one of the and this is Nitecore's number. It's an NL 183, but there's also an NL 189 as well. But basically, it's just a 18650 battery, and I believe there's numbers in front of that, but as well, I think it's an LR 18650 battery. Alright, now we get into the big boys, and the big boys take 4 of those 18650 batteries. So there's 4 of these in each one of these, and these are good tactical lights, but not so tactical that you can put them in your pocket and not know that they're there. These other little ones you can definitely stick them in your pocket and never feel them. But they actually come with, and these 2 medium-sized ones do also come with the little belt loop adapter, so you can put them on your belt loop. I've actually had that one in San Francisco with me, and had that on my belt loop there. You can put these on as well, your belt loop. It's got a nice little belt loop there and a little loop there. You can actually connect it with different connectors to, say, if you're a tactical person there and you're wearing, you know, fatigues or something like that, you can put them right, clip them right to your, you know, suit. But these, this is a try. This actually has 3 big old LEDs in it, and we won't shine on the camera because that's definitely going to blind the camera. This is a 2,800 lumen, and it has a charging port on this one. You don't actually have to take the batteries out of this one. You can actually charge it right there on the side. And it also has, right here, it has a spot for a, if you would put it on a tripod mount, like for a camera, you can actually put it on there and actually use it for, you know, a beam. This one has the same multiple settings. This one actually has a light up. You can see it flashing there, let you know where the on-off button is. And it's sort of like a camera flash. You can hold it all the way in, and it gives you turbo. You can actually see it's really bright. Or if you just give it a little half push, sort of like you're focusing on with a camera or something like that, you can just give it a little half mode there, and it gives you different settings there. And as you go up, I have to get the readings on this one too, because this is actually called a Nitecore. It's a Nitecore TM15. I know the last setting on here is 2800 lumens. This is the newer one. It's got 3 beams that come out of there. I don't want to blind the camera too much, but you can see the 3 beams. This is the low setting for it. And I think as well, you hold the button in, it strobes as well. I might be wrong about that. Yep, I think I got the thing. It was half screwed. How you turn these things off is you gotta screw it. But hold on a second, I gotta get this screwed back on. No, I don't believe that one has a strobe feature to it. Holding the button in, what you do with normally with these other ones, sets this one into standby mode. But I'll have to get the total power ratings for each one of these here and have the exact readings here before we go out and test them outside. And I'll show you outside before it gets dark out, and we'll go out in the darkness here and see how far they throw, because I tell you, they really throw some light out there. And the last one here is a quad beam. It actually has 4 of the Creos, and this one here I believe is 3800. And this one, how you get them, see, it's flashing all the time, and how you get these things from not flashing all the time is to screw the back off a little bit. So I unscrewed the back off a little bit, and that's why this one here is not flashing. This one actually has a LED screen. You can see it says Nitecore on there. It tells you the actual voltage of the battery. 4.17 volts. It's in standby mode, and that's what it's telling you there. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. The little LED thing flashes. And this one's kind of neat because it actually tells you the temperature and everything and what the batteries are. So like you get this on here, and it's this is 3 lumens, and it's pretty bright for 3 lumens. I mean, if you get the little one over here, it's 5 lumens, and because you got 4 Creos there, it seems to scatter the light a lot better than that little flashlight. But that's only 3 lumens. You can see them light up. But if you hit this little thing here, it'll tell you it's on power level 3 lumens. This is level 1. You see that on there. Hopefully we're picking it up with the camera. You flash it again, it'll tell you it's 4.17 volts on the batteries. It'll actually give you an indication of the batteries. So it's a little representation of a battery, and so it's at full power. It will tell you there it's greater than, at this power level it will last for 999 hours until the batteries are croaked. And it's at 22 Celsius, which I believe that's pretty much room temperature. It's probably around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's all it tells you there. But it's kind of neat. Same as the other one, you have to tap it. Oh, that's the wrong button. You have to tap it for different power levels. That's telling you what it is. 150 lumens there. That's 600 lumens. Tells you already on this side there, and it'll tell you how long it'll last at that level, and what the you can actually flick through here and say, you know, it's got 4.4 volts or 4.14 volts, and it's full battery still. It'll last for 7.8 hours at that brightness. It's at 23 Celsius, which is saying around by 85 degrees probably. They are thermal protected, so if it starts getting too hot, it'll shut itself off. And it's power level 3. So then you go to the next level, and that's level 4, and that is 1850 lumens. I believe that's the last one before it hits turbo, which turbo on this thing is 3800. You have to kind of hold it in for that. Oop. And that's 3800 lumens, and that's pretty bright. Can't really tell here. That camera's really shutting down the iris on this thing. But that's its level 5. Nope. We'll have to show you outside. We'll get the exact power ratings for the other ones and tell you what they are, and then you can see outside what they look like, and what light might be good for you. I have several, because I have several applications for each one of them. Some are for walking dogs, some are for my weapons, some are just like nightstand ones, and some are just for going outside and doing some work out there. Like I said, these two big ones you can actually put on tripods, and they are very bright, believe me. They'll put your eye out. Alright, so the two big ones, they both have their own charging ports, so you don't actually have to take the batteries out, but inside here you'll see that there's 4 of these 18650s, or Nitecore has their own NL 183 or 189. They have several different kinds, and I have lots of different kinds of these here. These are ultrafire, and these are supposed to be 5,000 milliamp hours, where the Nitekores are 2,300 milliamp hours, and the NL 189s are 3,400 milliamp hours. Now I believe these before I believe one of these generic companies like this ultrafire here, which claims that this is 5,000 milliamp hours, and I find that hard to believe. That's 5 amp hour battery. You could probably, if it was true, it'd be probably start your car almost. But and this one here, they're saying it's half the size of that one, which I actually have a problem with these blue ones, because they're too short. They don't actually go in these two big flashlights too well. They'll go in these little ones, but not the big ones, because the big ones, they're too short. They sit there and right and right. You can see the difference in size. I've actually called that manufacturer, and I've actually got a problem with that. So, but these ones here, I don't take the batteries out of. I just charge them up with them and sitting inside there. They have their own little chargers that come with them, and like I said, they have little. It's interesting here too. This quad one is actually smaller than the tri one. So the TM15 is actually a lot taller than the TM26. I don't know if that makes a difference. I mean, they're both pretty good size, and they're pretty good size in your hand. You can see the difference in my hand. It's about the size of a mag light, only about half a mag light, but these will blow a mag light away, believe me. And they're just as heavy. If you hit somebody with this thing, it would probably cave their head in. I mean, you could use them as a weapon, I'm sure. They probably weigh, with the batteries in there, probably 2 pounds. So they're a tactical light as well as a throwing device. Alright, this is the outside during the day. And I apologize for the noise in the background. Someone's building a house. Down here in the woods at nighttime, this is pitch black almost. Especially tonight, there won't be much of a moon out. So, this is the yard as you see it during the day. And we're going to show you down the street here, because this is where we're going to probably be shining the big beams and see how far we can go with it. Okay, down the road here, you can see some trees way down there. And I remember LED flashlights of the past, and you couldn't see probably more than 5 foot in front of you with one. But these new ones are unbelievable. Well, anyways, this will be our short distance yard test. And I would say that's probably about 25 yards from where we're at here right now. And down there is a good 100 yards or so, or better. But this will be what we're trying to look for tonight, and see how the different flashlights and tactical lights work.